I got a gain plugin doing absolutely nothing, so we might as well.
Oh, that's always nice. Welcome back. I'm musicbyLukas, signed to 8 top record labels, and I'm here to help you reach your production goals. Today, we're gonna go over my new track, Dark Space, which is out now on Mixmash Records with Sofus Wiene. And to go over the track with me today is Sofus Wiene. Also, something cool for you guys, we are doing an epic remix contest for this track, so if you wanna win some big prizes, check the link below. Yo, Sofus, what's going on? You're in Denmark, right?
I'm in Denmark.
Nice.
Yeah, I am.
I wonder if anyone else watching is from Denmark. Where are you guys at in the world? Make sure to comment. So let's talk about first how we started the track. We're gonna be going over it in your DAW because that's where we finished the song, because basically the way it worked was that I started the project on my Logic, and also it's pretty amazing that we both use Logic because most of the time when I collab, it's like different DAWs because not that many people I know use Logic, but this made it easier. So I started the track in Logic, got the break, got the drop, like ideas a little bit worked out, and then I sent it to Sofus because I really like your sound, and I heard some of your tracks like on Hexagon and stuff. I like the way you process like the vocals with the distortion and all that stuff, so I was excited to see what we could do together. So let's go over how we started the track. The idea really came about from just like a little piano line, a bass line, and the vocal. That's usually how I start a track, is just trying to build a vibe and trying to build an emotion. So I definitely had that with this. And then I also tied in a vocal sample, which I just pitch bended and put some CLA vocals on, which sounded really cool. Yeah, do you want to play it with the vocal sample now? And that's what I like to do, is I like to just try to slowly build the vibe. So I'm opening the filter on the vocal and not having it completely open from the beginning, you know, just slowly kind of bringing it in and then bringing in more fill sounds, like more layers into the second 8 bars of the track. And I feel like it really starts to build the atmosphere.
Yeah, it really does. Like you were saying, like with these kind of splice vocals, it's very important to automate them.
Yeah,
quite a lot, and maybe like put in some different slices in some different pieces, you know, to keep that variation going.
Exactly, because there's no rules. Like if you find a vocal on Splice that's set up a certain way, like it's an 8-bar loop or whatever, there's no rules that say you can't chop that up and make it into whatever you want. And that's what I like to do, is completely manipulate it so that it doesn't really sound like someone else could just go download the same vocal sample and do the exact same thing that you did.
I'm gonna speak a bit about the processing now. On the vocals, like what Lucas had already was this CLA vocals plugin and this filtering here, and some multiband compression. And then on each individual layer, I have this vintage warmer plugin, which just adds some additional compression to what was already there. So. Yeah, so it's smashing it quite hard. I know. I love to like compress vocals.
That's one of my favorite things about your sound, is that you're not afraid to like superly smash the sound. But it has like a really cool effect the way you do it. It doesn't sound like it's smashed. I don't know how you know what I mean? Like it has a really cool sound.
I'll come into like more about saturation later, but I use saturation quite a lot as well. And
also, you want to add some effects as well because they really help tie in the entire track together. I feel like the sweeps and the impacts and the snare fills and all these kind of things just kind of help guide the listener all the way to the drop. And so that's what I like to do, and that's what I did with this track, is you can see all these yellow sounds here towards in the effects sum. So this is all the effects. So you want to play it with the effects for them, Sofus? Let's get into the drop then, Sofus, because I think the drop is really where you just absolutely crushed it. I love the drop. I remember when you first sent me the collab idea back and you're like, okay, here's what I got. And I was just like showing it to Lauren, like, we gotta finish this track. We gotta finish this track. So let's talk about it.
The first thing, and I guess the most important thing, is this main lead layer that I have here. This one.
Mm-hmm.
And like to speak about the melody real quick, it's just, I guess I would have just played the melody in by hand. That's what I always do. So as you can see, these are just like two notes. And down here we got all the harmonies that are in the chords. So
that's what makes it beautiful, man. Those harmonies. That's really, it's those little notes. That's the magic. Yep.
To everybody who don't know like what a harmony is. So let's say we got these two notes here. A harmony would be this one here. So it's just playing the notes that the other ones are not.
Yeah, and the magic is that it's only certain layers that are playing the harmony, not all of them, otherwise it wouldn't be a harmony. You know, it's like that blend of the different sounds playing like a couple different notes.
Exactly, and then you also have like more control over the emotion.
Exactly. Can you play it once with the harmonies, and once without the harmonies and once with it?
This is out. And I'll add them in the second part here. So like everything besides the main layer is really quiet, but it's so important. Like it's so quiet in the mix, but it's so important to like fill out the gaps. Yeah. And like these strings just like helps a lot with like we said, the emotion and the magic, you know.
It's beautiful. One of the other cool things is that there's not that much processing. Like when you're going through most of the sounds, there's not that many, you know, effects on each one, and it shows that, you know, if you can make the right harmony of layers or the right, you know, arrangement of sounds, it can fill up the mix on its own, and you don't need, you know, 20 extra plugins to add on there to get that fatness or that, you know, stereo width.
Exactly. So, but speaking of plugins, let's just run through real quickly what I did to the main sound right here. Okay. So I've added some reverb, just a long reverb, very long reverb to just like give it some more space. Yeah. And some OTT. This really helps like to bring the reverb up in the mix, so it really sustains the reverb and adds some multiband compression. Then afterwards I have this crazy EQ that is just like boosting the mids, because the OTT has this kind of weird thing of taking some of the warmth out of your sound. So
this is like a secret hack to get that warmth back. Use that EQ.
Yeah, and I got a gain plugin doing absolutely nothing, so we might as well.
Oh, that's always nice.
But the magic really happens here.
From like, Saturn.
If you hear the sound now, and I'll engage it while it's playing. Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's with it.
That is like your go-to plugin, I would say, FabFilter Saturn, because you always have that on like all your sounds.
Absolutely, like, and this is just a preset that I made myself. So what I would do just to like invite you into the process is
invite us in, Sofus.
I'll select all these bands here. I do it with 6 bands. You could do it with 4 or however many you prefer, and then I drive them the exact same. Like if I go to all the bands here, they're driven the exact same. And what that does is it really doesn't sound like saturation. It's just hyping the sound up. Yeah. And it's really like almost like the OTT does. It's just giving it that nice color, you know? Yeah,
it's kind of like we talked about, like where you are crushing the sound, but it doesn't sound like it's crushed, you know? And that's how you do it, so that's awesome. We are ending the track walkthrough here, but to continue, head over to the Mixmash YouTube channel to watch the second half where we talk about how we finished the track, did the second break, and the second drop. Give this video a thumbs up if you like Dark Space, and hit the bell button to be notified about new production tutorials. See you in the second half. Bye.